Es el mejor peleador de su generación por una razón, señores. Esto no es una casualidad pasajera. Terence Crawford lo ha venido demostrando durante años y años. Está jugando ajedrez en 4D mientras los demás apenas juegan damas. Y hoy vamos a sumergirnos en las actuaciones que lo convirtieron en el hombre más temido del planeta. Recuerda, si quieres apoyar al canal, utiliza la función de hype. Bud Crawford es la mezcla perfecta de velocidad, potencia y técnica, y ha ido mejorando cada vez más ante nuestros propios ojos. Sus instintos de finalización son verdaderamente inigualables, y aunque no es un noqueador de un solo golpe al estilo Deontay Wilder, aún así posee una pegada tremenda. Incluso al subir de categoría, su capacidad para dañar rivales lo acompañó, y poco a poco comenzó a dejar su huella en el público general. En sus mejores noches parecía uno de los mejores artistas del nocaut en todo el deporte, y cuando olía sangre sabía exactamente cómo cerrar el espectáculo. Los cinturones dorados siempre fueron parte del destino de este hombre, pero su camino a la cima fue largo, y al mundo le tomó tiempo ponerse al día con el hype que realmente merecía. Aún así, esas actuaciones tempranas fueron brutales y pavimentaron perfectamente el camino para lo que estaba por venir. Terence Crawford versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. Damos un salto hasta un Crawford con récord de 23-0, listo para enfrentar al élite Yuriorkis Gamboa. De hecho, ambos llegaban invictos con marca de 23-0 a este combate, pero solo uno llevaría su invicto al siguiente nivel.
First jab by Crawford.
Not much difference between the two fighters so far. If I had to guess, I'd say that Crawford has landed more blows than has Gamboa. But as Larry said, and I expect soon he's going to have to take some risks. In spite of the crowd and the reaction that Crawford has, he's perfectly comfortable in doing exactly what he's doing.
Crawford so calm all week long, such a calm demeanor, and I don't think this crowd will get to him in that sense. I think he'll be very under control all night long, doing exactly what he needs to do.
Good right hand on the inside.
See if anything changes. There's the jab immediately in the face of Gamboa.
A lot of the questions early was how if Gamboa was going to have any ring rust.
But at this distance, Crawford can outbox him all night like this.
His team speaking somewhat candidly, but it was a little tough for him making 135 this time around, Colonel.
Well, at least the promoter wanting him to go to 140. But all of that's academic right now. And a little rough on the inside there. Both have 16 knockouts. Gamboa looks like he's going to put the pedal to the pedal in this round.
The picture changes. Good right hand on the inside, but didn't hurt Gamboa.
Crawford elects to go for a southpaw for a couple of seconds, and he gets whacked. Closing seconds of the third round. They exchange shots, but I think Gamboa got the better of it. Have gone in favor of Gamboa. They have on our score sheets, but we're unofficial. Chops him with the right hand, fighting from the southpaw stance.
Well, he's not switching. He's just fighting left-handed now.
This is the left hand got through, but did it shake Gamboa? Gamboa's on the assault, putting pressure still.
And that was a question, too, coming into the fight, Larry, was Gamboa's chin.
Two undefeated fighters. He's had that puffy cheek for a couple of rounds now.
Good little right hand hook by Crawford.
And remember, Terence said when he fights as a southpaw, he feels like he has more power with his left, but he's not landing many lefts. He's not touching him when he's jabbing as a southpaw. As this kid Gamboa is very quick on his feet and with his hands.
Oh, he hurt him with the right hand.
Yeah, he staggered and dropped him with the left hand. He hurt him with the right, then the left hand dropped it. Here's Gamboa now. And he's nailed with that left hand and dropped. You're right, Larry. He was getting brave, and he was out of position. And the rest of this round, he's fighting on instinct.
Gamboa got a little too reckless.
Well, you said he was going to have to at some stage, and he's real reckless now, but his legs aren't there. Terence touches him up with a pretty good jab, whacks him with the left hand, downstairs, loads up with the right hand.
Gamboa is fighting
right
back valiantly.
He is hurt, trying to hang on. Terence imposing his will on Gamboa right now. Gamboa is staggering. Slides to his right, nail with another right hand. He's ready to go again, but we're out of time in the 5th round. Nails him again. He's back on his heels.
Took some heavy shots at the end of that round, so let's see.
Evens out the fight, I think, on our cards, right, Colonel, at 47 all.
Yeah, at the very least. But that's the least important thing right now. The thing is, can he continue the pace? He's fighting as a right-handed fighter now.
Whether he can weather this kid or not, he is showing us that he's got some.
He got cracked by a good.
You don't get to be as good as him.
Almost 2 minutes into this 6th round.
Very flat-footed. I was just going to say that, Colonel. Still looking a little shaky as he kind of walks forward with heavy feet.
Closing seconds now. This is the 6th round.
Ref says fight on.
I mean, we describe his trunks are a bathing suit right now. They're dripping that much, folks. Gamboa's legs are totally back, so whatever they've done in the corner, he's revived. And as they say that, he gets whacked.
Well, as you pointed out, Colonel, he's been looking down, and when he looked down, Crawford popped him.
Very slippery, yeah.
All those punches that Gamboa threw and nothing really touched Crawford.
Compared to the early rounds, Gamboa looks like he's going through motions now. Now we see the advantage of the taller guy.
Gino Rodriguez says, hey, get that corner cleaned up. All right, here we go to round number 8. The Colonel Bob Sheridan and Larry Merchant, Christina Poncher, watching Top Rank Boxing.
You know, it's one punch at a time, hoping something happened and making something happen. I don't know if there's a home fit, if there's necessarily going to be a hometown advantage, but there shouldn't be a hometown disadvantage, and he'll get credit for everything he does at the very least.
Oh, here's Gamboa in the process of landing some shots. Now, he dropped him, hit him with the right hand, then the left hand, and the knee went down. Take a look at this knockdown. Now you see who's on the assault, not really landing many blows, and then bang, right across the jaw, left hand, and a solid right hand. And it dropped him down to the canvas. So Gamboa has been down twice in the fight now, but that changes the whole complexion of the fight right now. Because Gamboa is still on his feet. There's not a lot of time left in this 8th round. There he is again. And he got hurt again. As Gamboa was throwing his shoe-shine punches, Crawford blasted him one more time. Just got himself in position to make that call because he was kind of behind. Gino Rodriguez being the official that was able to call that immediately when that foot hit the canvas. Well, he's got to throw all caution to the wind. If he gets stopped, he gets stopped, but he can't win in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. Actually, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Right hand landed, and now Crawford's gone back to conventional. He lands an uppercut.
Solid uppercut.
I'm not sure what happened either, but when he went back to the corner after the last round, he looked a little tired to me.
And it's my belief that he hurt Terence Crawford at some stage in this 9th round. Hey, Crawford cracked him again and straightened out the right leg of Gamboa. He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown that time with the left hook.
To be a real champion.
Remember, there were stages in that round where I thought that he might have been hurt, and he drops him with a vicious left hook. He still has time to finish him off. 22 seconds, he's back at him. Gamboa's totally out on his feet. Can Crawford catch him one more time? There's no quitting Gamboa. He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut, drops him again. It's all over. Terence Crawford has stopped Yuriorkis Gamboa to defend his title in his hometown.
Never before defeated, obviously never knocked out.
Crawford dejaba claro poco a poco que realmente era tan élite como cualquiera. Terence Crawford versus Julius Indongo. Antes de probar las aguas en peso welter completo, Crawford se enfrentó a Julius Indongo. Hasta ese momento, Indongo estaba invicto con récord de 22-0, pero estaba a punto de aprender una lección sobre los niveles que existen dentro del ring.
Good-looking counter left hand from Crawford as Indongo lunged in.
One other thing that Crawford is that you missed, he's faster.
Crawford, one of the best switch hitters in the game, can do it either way. Comes out, as Teddy said, he's going to meet fire with fire and be in that southpaw stance.
Fighting and defending his belt.
Remember, he won his first world title with a first-round knockout.
You know, we talk about all these talents, all these abilities. Who's got the physical strength? Who has the size, the length, the speed, all those things. But one thing that shouldn't be missed that I think favors Crawford, the intellect.
On paper, it's a 3-inch height advantage. There's a swinging, swiping left hand from Indongo. Crawford gets right back into the kitchen and the crowd reacts.
And I think just overall, Crawford is just more settled. And when you're settled as a fighter, you can think better, you can implement your game plan better, and you'll see the shots that you need to land. Good shot from Crawford right there, but Indongo's still just a little tight for my taste.
And then on the back end, a right hand to the body, and that's going to be a knockdown score.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you okay? You want to continue? Give me your glove. Knockdown right here. Right hand to the body. You're going to see the left hand coming up right there behind the ear.
That's a great point. Let's see how he reacts.
Terence Crawford is a great finisher.
And perhaps a little too willing is Indongo here. Half minute left in the second round. But you can see some doubt, to your point, Andre. He is fat with those left hands, Teddy. There is opportunity throughout the night.
Yeah, you can handle those fat punches if you Crawford 2 different ways. Punch in between them.
Another knockdown score with a vicious body shot. Oh my, what a body shot.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Bob Crawford is the undefeated, undisputed champion of the world.
Talking about with fat punches, you can punch in between them. And that's exactly what Crawford did. Just watch. Wide punches create holes. There's a big hole underneath. Left hand to the body by the southpaw of Crawford. Right hook misses. Left hand to the body. The follow-up doesn't. Young fighters out there, that's the benefit of combination punches.
Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn. El debut de Crawford en peso welter llegó frente a Jeff Horn. ¿Podría el hombre que había vencido a Manny Pacquiao repetir la hazaña aquí? ¿O Crawford demostraría que era una bestia completamente distinta?
And the Horn camp wants to be able to get work done on the inside.
There you go. You see right there, right out the gate, Terence is controlling distance. Every time Horn steps in, he gets out just far enough, and he tries to counter just like there.
Getting after it pretty early here.
That darting in shit. Gotta stop this from darting in.
That's a good plan. It's a check hook because Horn lunges in just like that with his head.
Oh, Horn comes in with a right hand that lands flush on Crawford.
And that you saw Horn drop low like he was going to the body and looped a looping right hand and caught Crawford backing out.
Comes back in, and there's Crawford that does check that right hand hook from that southpaw position. It's also noticeable, especially compared to last summer, Tim, and we understand the weight issue yesterday on the scale for Jeff Horn. His body has changed. He's far more muscular and cut up than the Jeff Horn that defeated Manny Pacquiao.
Horn just doesn't attack straight on. He does every now and then, but he gives you a lot of movement in front. Different looks. Him switching up, going to the outside. That's what Horn is pretty good at, disguising his attacks. Well, it's funny. He was being bullied. Now he's trying to be the bully in the ring.
I don't know if that's
ironic.
Irony or destiny.
Pretty good looking opening round here, and good exchange there as Crawford able to land. Round number 2.
Here's Horn coming in, trying to land the right hand.
And there was that opportunity for that right hook
Watch your head, watch
as
your
Horn
head.
came charging in.
The way you beat a softball, you got to land that right hand. Kryptonite to a softball. Straight right hand, looping right hand. Change the trajectory on it. Go down to the body, to the head. Loop the shot sometimes. Terence still having a hard time finding that rhythm. See, he can't even land that jab right now. And every time Horn steps in, he likes to body up with you, throw you off balance. Don't allow you to let your combinations or your counters go.
Left hand to the body from Crawford. Shot that last round from Bud Crawford. That was the signature punch of that second round.
Great, that's how you weaken a stronger guy. Or a bigger guy like Horn.
Undoubtedly a bigger guy. Naturally the bigger man. Not the better athlete, not the more skilled fighter. Thus the left hand that landed moments ago with the reaction time of Crawford.
Later on in the fight.
We're listening to Glenn Rushton.
There are holes and opportunities. He can't get greedy though. Horn will fire back at him.
There's Horn trying to get to work on that belt line on the inside. Robert Bird's going to earn his paycheck tonight, that's for sure, the referee. Trying to come with a left uppercut as Horn came forward. End of 2 in our world title fight. There have been so many feature stories done on him. The book on Jeff Horn, major motion picture coming out. All that centering on the relationship of trainer to fighter. That time he came forward and Bud nailed him.
Right hook.
Charging in with a right hand, and now they exchange in the middle of the ring.
With another look at it right here. Terence following him out.
Bud, more the aggressor that time, doubling up the jab, trying to come with a straight left hand. Horn fires back. Good stuff here.
Now Terence sees the opportunity that once he counters, Horn steps back with his hands down to try to reset, and he's following him out with combinations at times.
I am bigger, I am stronger, I am in my prime.
There is Miss Deborah, Bud Crawford's mother. Outstanding feature story on ESPN.com. The dynamic relationship between Deborah and her son, and all that Bud Crawford overcame to arrive to this mountaintop of a career.
With straight punches.
Horn willing to still come through the front door. Makes it fun, doesn't it? Snapping that jab is Crawford off the right hip.
Horn got cut in training camp last time, sparring with headgear.
That was 3 weeks prior to his December title defense. Just falling forward that time. Defensive flaw. Crawford couldn't take advantage, but a left hand hits the mark. And now a pop jab. And a good left-handed combination from the American.
Well, you know who's more fundamentally sound? It's Terence Crawford. He's making Horn pay for all his mistakes, dropping his hands, moving out at distance, close range.
Excellent round from Bud Crawford.
And you see the swelling already over the right eye.
You got some blood over the right eye.
They put a grease on that brow of the right eye of Jeff Horn. Round number 4 for the welterweight championship. We noted that earlier in our tail of the tape. If there is one stat you look at with Bud Crawford, it's his accuracy of power punches. He's dynamic with it.
As the fight go on, fighters weaken. And those are your opportunities when you land shots that you were landing earlier. Guess what? They hurt a lot more.
Let him go, let him go, Jeff, let him go.
Later on in the fight.
I mean, there's nothing that Horn is doing here that's going to slow down Bud Crawford later in the fight. He's not working the body. And if you look at his back, he's a welterweight.
Broad and muscular. He also has reach just beyond his measurable height. Another good lead left hand from the Nebraskan. And he looks confident right now.
He'll be slow and steady.
And now it is Bud Crawford and Vasily Lomachenko who vie for that title to be called the world's best. Tonight would be a crowning achievement to become a 3-division champion if Crawford keeps up like this. Good start to round number 5.
Crawford's sharp right now, just sharp shooting. From the outside, he wants to stay right in front of him. Block and counter, block and counter. Capitalize on all the mistakes Horn is doing. Horn is not even using his jab, guys, to get in. He's comfortable, he's in control. He knows his range now.
Jeff Horn's breathing heavy.
Horn said, I'll test his soul. I think it's quite the opposite. I think that Crawford is testing Horn's soul.
He's pushing him around. You can see that redness above the right eye as he sends back Horn. Crawford's in control here in round 5.
You okay? All right, let's go.
There was so much talk from the Horn camp. Some of it bothering Bud Crawford, saying it's just stupid. It's silly what's being said. That's exactly what happened in the 10th round against Manny Pacquiao when he was almost TKO'd in the 9th.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes you can tell your fighter to go into harm's way, and guess what? You put him in danger zone.
He also said, I want to see broken rhythm pressure. Explain that to us.
Broken rhythm pressure is basically moving in and out, herky-jerky type of style.
I thought Pacquiao, in the Horn fight, came up against the limits of his size and his age. Right now, Horn is coming up, at least against Crawford, the limits of his talent. Horn can do one thing.
And that's come forward.
And he's paying the price for it now.
He's trying. I mean, he's giving his best foot forward.
Rushton says you just got to land a few shots. It's a lot easier said than done, even on the inside.
Good uppercut that time from Bud Crawford. The left hand landed. Good body shot as well. Remember, he scored his undisputed championship with a body shot knockout of Julius Ndongo.
He hit him with the chin shots. He's taking the well, but those body shots will have an effect later on.
One of the things you're seeing with Crawford is a guy who's completely at home with whatever the terms of combat are. You want to go inside and try to like rough me up? Okay, I'm good there. You want to be in the middle of the ring? Okay, I'm good there.
I told y'all it was like fighting the Black Panther in there. No, he was no joke when I sparred him. Now he's going downstairs.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
That took the air out of Horn right there. And you see,
that was the Ndongo shot, something very close to that.
Here we go.
When you get to the championship rounds, you'll see what those body shots will do or have done. If it goes that long.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Halfway through the title fight. And Crawford in control. You mentioned the Black Panther in making your analogy. Chadwick Boseman is sitting ringside for this fight on ESPN+. Great to have the award-winning actor with us. Mark Wahlberg also here tonight, as is Rick Ross and many NFL stars to come see the great Bud Crawford.
See a sense of urgency in Horn. He's trying hard. He landed a couple of, I think it was like jabs on Terence early on. Surprised Terence with those shots.
Bomac just wants Terence to keep working that body, wear him down, and that's all he wants.
Timmy, you say you want to see more of that. Mark?
Gave him a motivational speech, not a strategic speech in the corner.
I think that's a very good note by you, because I think It demands it at this moment.
But it also means that he's out of strategic options.
Correct. They need to will something to happen.
Yes.
They need that miracle. They need to find that magic that they found somehow late against Pacquiao. But this isn't Manny Pacquiao in the autumn of his career. This is a prime Bud Crawford.
They need Terence to make a mistake.
He is fundamentally sound, and he is athletically superior.
Yes, he is. Horn having a little success right there with that double right hand. He lands it again on Crawford as Crawford leans into the line of fire. See, everything is all set up by the jab from Crawford.
Lead left hand from Crawford, and you just don't see Jeff Horn with that desire to come downhill every attempt as he did in rounds 1. Goes with the left hand to the body as well. And then as Horn stepped forward, another left hand that connects to the body. Oh, left uppercut nearly tagged him solid as he came forward that time. And the Pacquiao controversy that ensued. In terms of the contract for this fight, it was demanded by the Horn camp that an Australian judge would be here in Vegas, and that is the case with Adam Pike. An American, an Italian, and an Australian are judging this fight ringside.
I don't think it's going to come down to the judges, nor is it going to come down to the referee, who's the subject of so much debate. What would Robert do?
Crawford switched back right-handed. And he did that because he wanted to land that left hook to the body.
And he did. As he has placed left hands all night long. Now orthodox is Bud Crawford. There is the left hook. And this is where he can be most dangerous, Mark. From that right hand stance now. That right hand's his power punch. That left hook is deadly. There it is as it backs up Jeff Horn. And now back to southpaw.
Occasionally, Crawford will lay on his, see him lay on that left side.
Punching between punches and a flush left hand. And here comes Bud on the attack. Half minute to go in round 8. Can he finish him? Strafing shots to the head. Horn is hurt. Body shot lands with the right hand as well. Off balance is the Aussie. Left hand came just short.
Got 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh, nearly floored him there on the bell of a dominating 8th round by Bud. Two-division world champion Bud Crawford against the welterweight champion Jeff Horn. Will he soon be a 3-division champion?
With a round like that in evidence, if you're Glenn Rushton and you love your fighter, how long do you let this thing go on?
He's a tough guy, is Horn.
He's the champion. You let it go on.
We got caught with a left hand, thrown off balance again. Remember, round number 9, that was the round when Pacquiao nearly got rid of him as well. But Horn fought back, dominated the finish of that fight to go on and win a controversial decision.
Good point, but if there's no strategic alternative, if it's just motivational speak,
yeah,
good luck.
Yeah,
exactly.
Young man worked hard to get the title. Let him fight it out.
Punch it out.
You never know when you're going to cash a lottery ticket too in this game.
That's the beauty about boxing. Only takes one punch.
He has been thoroughly dominated. He has been hurt. He has been outclassed. But all it takes is one go of it. And he's still coming forward.
He knows that he doesn't have the power on his punches like he did early in the fight. So now he's stepping to him and he's making him pay every chance he gets.
He's helped him immeasurably in his life. At some point, it's not even about tonight. It's about 5 years from now. It's about 10 years from now. You saw his wife and his kid at ringside. It's a consideration. And if he can't win the fight, it's something. I'm not expecting Jeff Horn to quit, but I'm expecting his corner to at least factor that in. I don't think we're there yet.
I mean, I get you, but
it's a consideration.
Terence is sharpshooting right now.
left hand, right hook, uppercut, sends him back. Another left hand and a knockdown score.
5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
He is tough for anybody in the welterweight division.
We have been blessed on ESPN to watch Vasily Lomachenko. You just saw Bud Crawford. Who's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? 40 seconds to go here in round number 9. Let's see what Crawford does with it. Here he comes. Backs him up with a left hand again. Horns in the corner. Uppercut lands. Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over. We celebrated an undefeated triple count winner in New York today, and now a triple division world champ here in Vegas. Bud Crawford on top of the world. Just awesome right now. Let's make it official. They are ready to party here in Vegas.
Otra noche, otro gran éxito para Bud. Terence Crawford versus José Benavidez Jr. Por ahora, una defensa de título ante José Benavidez Jr. tendría que ser suficiente. Hubo tensión extra debido a un altercado en el pesaje, pero no pareció afectar a Bud en lo más mínimo. Crawford estaba exactamente donde debía estar. Y camino a cosas aún más grandes. Terence Crawford versus Kell Brook. El héroe británico Kell Brook siempre iba a ser una prueba sólida para la mayoría. Pero Bud Crawford no es un peleador común. Y estaba a punto de demostrarnos exactamente por qué.
He has finished guys, whether it is orthodox or southpaw, but in recent years we have seen plenty of Crawford, mostly in the southpaw stance, and wildly effective in doing so.
Brook has a brilliant 1-2. It's automatic. It's his favorite combination, but his jab right now is landing.
He just scored with it accurately upstairs against Crawford. Crawford looking to close that gap as he goes southpaw for a moment, doubles up the right-hand jab, and then comes with a left. Good exchange here as he switches back to righty. Size across the shoulders, across the back. Look at the muscles popping in the upper body of Kell Brook, and the base he has as well, that foundation with the legs. Fought at this 147-pound limit. He was fighting brilliantly, and then Spence got to him with the power and scored an 11th round TKO.
Clean, flush shots.
Right now it's a battle of patience. Neither fighter can afford to make a mistake, and as you see,
what he was doing in the right-handed stance wasn't working.
What do you suspect here, Dre?
I think the latter is true. The right-handed stance wasn't working, and he wants to see if he can get something going from the left-handed stance.
Stop. No.
Engel did not want to travel and then have to quarantine nor come to the United States. So instead, Carlos Formento is the trainer.
Well, when Crawford turns southpaw, he's not even throwing.
That's what happens. That's what turning southpaw does. But it does allow you to land a right hand like Brook just landed on Crawford right now.
The right hand
hands-free.
can be the best weapon against a southpaw.
That's how Errol Spence had success against Brook. He closed the distance and started to bully Kell Brook. He started to fight him in close. Brook fought back valiantly, but he really didn't have any answers for that.
I see some swelling already on the right eye of Terence Crawford in the right hand, right down the middle that just lands for Kell Brook.
And there's a right hand from Crawford.
Crawford has to continue to get his lead foot outside the lead foot of Brook to have success with his offense. That will put him in a safe position to let his combinations go. Beautiful right hand.
And the champ gets to him.
Get over here.
Just like that.
Get over here.
Terence Bud Crawford hits the
6,
gas.
7, 8.
Like a right hook, right on the money, right on the button. And you see the legs right there of Brook as he wobbled back to that corner. Nice finish up right here, combination from Terence Bud Crawford. You know, sometimes your opponent can do the work for you. As you can see, Kell Brook was moving forward. He shot a jab out there. Crawford timed it over the top with a nice, short, I would say jab, hook, jab, hook type.
That's the first knockdown. Remember, the ropes held him up.
Boom. And you know, that shot wasn't even on the chin. That shot was right on the eye, and it had that type of effect on Kell Brook. That shows you what type of devastating punching power Terence Bud Crawford possesses.
One of the best closers in the game. 27 knockouts in his career. Do we have 28 right here?
This fight is also
thundering in. Look at Crawford. Vicious attack to close it.
No.
And he stares him down.
Okay. No.
With his family here, his wife Isha gets that look in his eyes.
At this point, the fight was as good as done because Terence Crawford is one of the best finishers in the game. You can't be hurt like that against Crawford, especially knowing that he had a slow start. He wants to come in here and prove a point and remind everybody why he's atop that list, and that's how you do it. Once again, to your point, Tim, it's not a 3 or 4 round fight. It's a 12-round fight or less. And I wanted to see the reaction from Kell Brook once Terence Crawford landed a clean shot.
Aquí Terence no necesitó jugar demasiado con su comida, eso es seguro. Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter fue otro gran veterano que quería demostrar que aún tenía algo en el tanque. Desafortunadamente, ese es el peor lugar posible para estar cuando tienes a Bot Crawford enfrente.
Porter's fought a lot of different styles, but he's never fought a lot of different styles in one man.
Those are the surprising combinations that Porter is great at doing. Doesn't matter what position he's in, you got to be cautious and be ready every time he comes in.
Sitting right on top of the orthodox fighter. Porter just able to get away from the uppercut. Good exchange on the inside. Good action here in round two. Crawford lands a right hand.
Heavy exchanges in this round. Porter got his. Crawford got his. That shot right there to the chest may not seem like much, but that hurt. A sweeping left hand from Crawford and a beautiful timed right hook.
To the body to finish off an entertaining second round. So both trainers want guys composed, collected, and sticking to the plan.
And that could be very dangerous against this guy, Terence Crawford.
There it is.
Good eye, Tim.
Ooh. Boy, it is coming.
To the body with the right hand goes Porter. Get that angle where the head comes into play. So there is blood now around the right eye of Shawn Porter. That is not a knockdown. And Porter went falling down. And then the end of the round.
Beautiful, surprising hook right there from Porter.
Coming into this fight, Porter's been cut 11 times. The majority of those cuts have come on the right eye, so there's a lot of scar tissue there. Not surprised that his eye is opened up this early.
It's very noticeable when you're with him. Looks like railroad tracks when you talk to him around that right eye, and now there's blood coming from it.
This is the urgency that I was talking about that Shawn Porter.
Good left hand from Crawford.
Good shot right there to the body. But you see Crawford is not thinking about boxing. He's thinking about fighting.
And then very accurate with the right hand as well. Puts him off balance again, right to the chest.
What Crawford is having issues with right now is the sneak attacks from Shawn Porter. They're so explosive and so fast.
Lunging with the right hand, he gets out of the way, and all of a sudden Porter goes face first into the neutral corner.
Cup right there from Terence Crawford, just turning Porter. The Cubans are known for doing that. That's a Cuban move right there. Turning, cupping the head there, pushing the guy in the corner. But why did he do it?
Short left hand from Crawford as Porter comes out of that position.
Double right hand right there from Porter, sneaks in.
Kenny, his father, saying, Shawn, go left, go left. Right now he's circling right, and that is right into the range and the track of the backhand, the power hand of Terence Crawford. Let's look at Andre Ward's card through 4 rounds, 39-37 Porter. Now at range, trying to place that left hand right to the body. He does a few times. And then goes on the attack to close out the round, does Terence Bud Crawford. Hey, you're letting him come up and just touch you at times. It may not matter to you. You're not being affected, but it matters to the judges. That's exactly what his trainer told him.
Not only the judges, but it's allowing Porter to get into a rhythm, to gain confidence. And it's forcing Bud to press because he knows he's behind, at least on my scorecard.
Look at this from Bud
Crawford. The official scorecard.
Early on in round 6, as you see the head movement from Porter, but not able to dodge all of it.
Here comes
Porter now comes in. Back and forth they go.
Shawn Porter.
Ooh, good body shot right there, sneak.
He has been able to get that left hand to the body
And Sean Porter's asking those questions of Terence Crawford tonight. It's a great opportunity for him to answer.
Touch, touch, then power from Crawford. Wide swinging right hand from Porter off the mark. Attempt at the uppercuts from Crawford. Infighting from Porter.
With the opposite hand.
Bud is landing, but Porter's taking the play. It's war for Sean Porter. It's the art of war. Sneak attacks. It's fighting. It's boxing. It's going away when you want me to come forward. It's a little bit of everything that we're seeing right now from Sean Porter. Crawford has more glaring answers or more glaring questions to answer now than he did before the fight started.
See, the difference is that when he lands these shots on anybody else.
Porter landed that right hand in this 7th round.
Ooh.
And as we come to the bell, an opportunity to check in with Mark Kriegel and Max Kellerman. Total punches fairly even. Crawford with a slight edge now, 64-60. Good combination. He catches him coming in. 2-punch combination by Crawford. And so good countering both off the back foot, off the front foot. And now sharpshooting to the head is Crawford. Good start to round number 8 for the champ.
Porter coming in behind the jab.
I don't understand what a swing round is, meaning it literally could go either way.
And it happens often at this level, Trey, right? At this elite level.
Those little shots right there from Sean Porter are bothersome. And if they hit you right, they can hurt.
Yeah, but again.
Ooh. Just missing with the left hand as Porter came in.
Various right hands. Porter's doing exactly what his father told him. Ooh, that body shot right there.
Wow.
Oh,
what a good thought from Crawford. Porter with a couple of right hands. Crawford comes back with the left to the body as he has done a few times. Goes with it again.
That's been missing from Crawford, the jab. He hasn't been on his jab.
He's only landed 21% to this point. He found it in the last round. There's a double jab from Crawford. Left hand to the body again and again. Lead left hand from Crawford.
Porter resorting back to his old ways, lunging forward, coming behind the jab, lunging forward, put his head down, boom. Crawford meets him with a nice short uppercut on the inside.
As Porter keeps taking those steps forward.
Ooh.
Going underneath with the left hand to the body. Body work in that last round and the short uppercut that we showed. There are the body punches. 28, and there is the knockdown scored in round 10 by the champ.
Told you Sean Porter makes too many mistakes lunging forward like that. Boom, hit with an uppercut. Terence stepped right to the side. Created an angle for himself. Avoided those punches. Step back. Double step back. There you go.
And then the end of the fight. Seeing what could be behind that jab. There's a combination. There's a lead left hand. Looks good on his feet, but not coming forward and firing at Crawford for the moment. There's the overhand right. And another combination. Beautiful work by Crawford. Magnificent accuracy by the champ. And watch this combination, Dre.
Well, you see Crawford doing what he does best, finish.
Oh.
He got that right hook in there. Not a shot he really landed thus far up until this point. It's a heavy, heavy shot for any fighter to take, especially this late in the fight. Here we see a half step back. Boom, that's his signature shot that Terence lands. He missed that, but he came back with the right hook, and it landed flush. Down goes Shawn Porter, and I think Kenny Porter stopped the fight, not necessarily because of what happened, but what was to come. Terence Crawford is the best finisher in the game, and he knew that it wasn't going to get any better for Shawn Porter, especially if Shawn wasn't himself and was dazed in the head and tried to keep off a guy like Terence Crawford.
Hey, you wanted to do, yes. Step back a little. Give me a block.
La frustración en el rostro de Porter era evidente. Estaba completamente superado. Terence Crawford versus Ricky Burns. ¿Encontraría el escocés Ricky Burns un camino a la victoria donde otros no pudieron? Bueno, Bud se veía muy cómodo mirándolo fijamente y se aseguró de dejarle claro quién era durante el pesaje. Burns se veía fuerte y confiado, pero ¿sería suficiente?
Camp was that their man tends to start slowly and build up a head of steam. That could be a red herring, because as you say, Jim, you look at his card, you look at his record, you can barely find any rounds he's lost.
So this is the first look at him in the flesh. Just trying to work out the range at the moment, not committing himself quite right.
Crawford just a little bit tentative with his own jab at the moment. He's looking for rangefinders at the moment. Nice little right hand to the body there from Burns. Look for another one. And that's the thing, even though that second one missed, listen to the reaction from the crowd.
And Ricky's just done that with that right hand. That was clever. Good stuff from Crawford there.
Yeah, fast hands. Switch the point of attack very quickly indeed.
Oh, good left hook too. He's quick.
And a right to the body as well, and Crawford is starting to settle down here.
Elbow the forearm, so that's good. He gets an early warning. If he does it again, we can see points coming off.
And the referee letting both fighters know that he is in charge of this one.
Following that good right hand from Burns, as he's walked onto a right hand as well. Yeah, Crawford is quick, as we thought he would be.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was flashy work. This is clever stuff. Leading with the uppercut, now that takes confidence.
Burns landing a long right hand. He had a wonderful week down in Essex at the Tony Sims gym. And he finished off up here with Lee Selby, who had thought of good mates. He's worked with David Brophy. They've often been sparring partners together. Tyrone Nurse has been very involved as well.
I don't see this southpaw stance as an advantage to Crawford. I don't think he looks all that comfortable with it. Hasn't done anything.
Yeah, moving very well, but just not throwing very much. And when he does, he's out of range. Trying to land a counter there, that missed. Burns out of range again. He is tough to tag cleanly, Crawford. Crawford being very circumspect in this round. Still staying in the southpaw stance as well. Nice from Burns.
Struggling to find the range, Burns, but there's nothing come back from Crawford here.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? Neither man is having an awful lot of success, because Burns is launching in, got through that time with the jab. But Burns certainly busier. And Crawford really just drifting through this round.
Ricky's got his jab working there, that was good. I'm surprised that Crawford is stuck with this southpaw stance. I don't see that he uses it as an advantage in the slightest.
That was one of the scouting reports on Terence Crawford, that he was fast and going to be faster than Burns. Nice shot again from Burns. And he reacted like that to being caught by a right hand from Burns. And again, nice left this time. And once again, Crawford, when they tie up, looked to land a left to the body there that Burns blocked off. And no end product there from Burns, as Crawford was too slick for him. Burns this time finding his punches blocked off. A lot of work being neutralized for both fellas here.
A lot of missing, but Burns is working that little bit harder.
And Crawford not putting on the kind of dazzling performance we were expecting, that's for sure. It did catch the eye a little bit more, so Burns still playing this waiting game, not getting drawn into the counter punches game. And Crawford staying
Well, if I was in Crawford's corner, I'd be telling him this is not the way you win world titles abroad. He's not doing enough.
Nice.
Good right hand from
right
Burns.
hand. Single punch though. Crawford comes looking for him again, and when Burns has landed, Crawford's always looked for a response, and it's Crawford that's coming up with a response here. And getting through, and Burns is backed up for the first time in the fight, and he targeted where that broken jaw was there, Crawford with a left hook, and Burns shaken up and getting punched around the ropes here. And then he digs in, but that was a really good spell for the American. But Burns comes back at him. He's got news coming to him.
Well, there's certainly a big improvement in the visitors' work there, forcing Ricky to cover up. Yeah, now we're seeing a bit of ambition from Crawford. This is much better.
Crawford biding his time. Keeping the jab going here, Burns. Well, it's that assault in the middle of this round that I think the judges might remember when the bell goes at the end of this one, and again.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what would happen if Burns was to really go through the gears here, see if Crawford could go with him, because he obviously likes to fight in bursts at his own pace, the American. Burns needs to get him out of that comfort zone. Getting the right hand through there, Burns.
The good news is that he's not hanging around for any counters.
Oh, we're going with a right hand counter there, Burns. Crawford walked onto that, got caught again. This is better from Burns, and Crawford comes in and looks to attack the body and gets swatted for his pains. Burns standing with him, and that's knocked him out of southpaw. And here he comes again, looking for the big assault on the ropes. Not doing an awful lot of damage there, but Burns has got to try and find something to come back with.
Ricky Giffen as good as he's getting at the moment.
And unloading here though, Crawford.
Crawford is looking the busier at the moment though.
Yeah.
It's another warning to the visitor, so...
Well, he must be close to getting a point removed. A nice fake with the eyes there. That was really clever, that from Crawford, and he's got him in trouble here.
I wonder if Ricky has confidence in his chin the way he covers up like that.
But Jim, you go back to that assault from Crawford as he continues it here. He looked down at Burns' body and then switched it as he was looking down to go upstairs, and Burns didn't expect it. And again, Burns loading up and missing, and Crawford is edging his way ahead here. Just signs, and they're increasing signs now, that Crawford is starting to get comfortable in there. And Burns needs to knock him out of that. The body shot wasn't the best, but he's still a bit wild here, Burns.
He needs to put punches together. He needs to try and shorten his punches a little bit. Just knocked onto his heels there, more balanced than anything else.
But Crawford with a really nice uppercut got in there, testing that jaw again. He was short there.
Some eye damage, the right eye for Burns.
Fast hands again, switching from body to head and back again from Crawford.
And then again, Ricky's looking a little bit uncomfortable in these exchanges. That we're used to seeing Ricky Burns taking the fight to opponents and putting it on them. We're not seeing it tonight yet.
And there is confidence growing from Terence Crawford. You can sense it, you can hear it in his corner as well. They think, oh, that's really good work from the American.
Yeah, good.
And there's less and less coming back from Ricky Burns. And Crawford has him pinned up against the ropes again, looking for the holes in the defense. Nice uppercut in there again. That's a couple of those that Ricky Burns has taken in this round.
I just wonder if it's missing at the moment. I mean, that was a horrendous injury he's come back from.
Getting tagged cleanly far too often. And he's bossing this, Jim. The punches are flowing. He's right up on the balls of his feet, and he's exactly where he wants to be right now, Terence Crawford.
Well, a couple of rounds that were difficult to score, but this one hasn't been. Crawford definitely has looked the boss here.
Burns digging in deep, and there was a clash of heads there right on the bell, but I don't think Crawford's too bothered about that either. Burns slipping behind. Needs to start mounting a comeback here. Nice left hook from Burns, close in.
He's got to commit himself when he lets punches go. You know, he's trying to get the punches off and get himself out of there. He's got to commit himself a bit more.
And Crawford starting to use that reach as well.
One for a few different things, but that's the second time about the forearm.
Well, now he's looking at the referee, Crawford, to say holding.
Burns has to follow with the right hand.
Yeah, the jab's falling short as well. And it's going to take more than a single punch to put this fella on the floor as well. Burns has really got to put some kind of a sustained attack together. The sort of attacks that we see coming every round from Terence Crawford.
I mean, this cup defends against the ropes. He was doing that against Beltran, but that was because of the broken jaw. I just wonder if he doesn't have the confidence in that jaw now. I mean, he really at times is looking uncomfortable.
And that gap between them is just getting wider and wider, and that summed it up for Burns. Miles away with a right hand. Bit of blood coming from the nose of the Scot.
But Ricky doesn't have the confidence. No, he's not giving it everything the way we're used to see him doing. Just walked right onto one there.
How often do we see the Crawford jab getting through the guard? But so often the Burns jab is blocked off, and there's a little cuffing right hand as well for his pains, and Burns, I think, felt that again.
But I mean, he's taking punches, not full-blooded shots, but he's backing away from it. And then this going onto the ropes with the hands up. I mean, that's just saying to the judges, give that round to Crawford.
And just pecks away at him.
You know, I'm wondering, is Ricky worried about the jaw, or is he in pain with the jaw? I mean, he has a titanium plate in there. That has a titanium plate.
Oh, that was a nice left hand from Burns. But look, it made no impression on Crawford, who came straight back at him. And working the body here, Crawford. That's a really good response from the American.
But backing up the way Ricky's doing here and just putting his hands up his back to the ropes, it's inviting the referee.
Well, that's a really good left hook from Crawford. And Burns is hurt again. Switching to the body. Burns covering up. But it is enough getting through here. Sickening punches from Crawford. And Burns in trouble on the ropes.
Nick, look at the way he's covering up. He's not thinking about offence. He's allowing the initiative to be taken away from him. This is the way he fought against Beltran when the jaw was broken. So brave. How long Ricky's taken there without throwing a punch.
And those punches, how many have fallen short from Burns?
So they're falling short, and he's leaving himself open to the counters. Has to get in closer and shorten the punches.
Swaggering out of range there.
If you're worried about the counter, get up close there, lovely counter.
It was at the end of round 9 that Jose Gonzalez finally decided he'd had enough against Ricky Burns, but there is no suggestion at all so far that Terence Crawford has had enough, far from it.
I think he's been sent out to make some sort of impression. What he's doing is not working, it's not going to start working. Now, where is the charge that we expect from Ricky Burns? Punches round behind the back, not on the target.
That early burst, and once again he's allowing Crawford just to dictate the terms. Not everything landing, but he's just keeping Burns off balance and out of range. Burns looks to land an inside.
He's up close there, but not really getting the punches off.
Well, we always see a response from Crawford when Burns does land something, and we're seeing a response just as you said that as well, Jim. Once again, some left hooks just to test that jaw where it was broken.
Quite dominated here.
Good uppercut from Burns. Catching him again. And Burns goes for the big swinging left hand that they enjoyed from the back of the hall, but it missed. So did the follow-up. And Crawford is not missing, and Burns backing up once again. And how many times have we seen this? The guard up against the ropes, and then he comes out again. swinging, hoping to land something.
I just feel that Ricky has big doubts in his mind. Either he's worried about the jaw, or he's in pain because of the jaw. But this, there's something missing from the Ricky Burns that we've gotten used to in this country. Go with my head rather than my heart. You know, the good punches are still coming from the challenger. To be honest with him, I think the best of Ricky Burns, the Ricky Burns that beat Katsinas and Kevin Mitchell, I'm sure would have handled this guy, but Ricky is holding back something. This is better this round, he's on the front foot. That was better. He has to bring the right hand into play.
And it's Crawford that puts him there, though. Every time Burns does land something, Crawford puts him in his place.
The crowd are trying to lift him. Not a lot in this round. A lot out of range again. I think Crawford's taking a breather in this round, Nick. Oh, good shot there from him though.
Yeah, even taking a breather. Oh, that was a nice right hand from Burns, but once again it's Crawford.
See, it's the way that Ricky's forced on the defensive every time he takes a punch. We're used to see him taking a shot and coming through it.
Oh, he got caught badly there as well, Burns. He sold out and got caught on the counter. And it's going to take an awful lot to put Ricky Burns out of this one. Never been stopped. And how many times has he had to climb off the floor? If Crawford is going to fade, it's going to be late and dramatic. And surely Burns has just got to try and find out. You've got to force him off the road.
Yeah, well, he took a breather in the previous round, Crawford, but maybe he feels he can afford to do that.
And Crawford again, flashy. And again, once you remember, I can't ever remember Ricky Burns really putting this fella under any kind of sustained pressure. He responds so well to a challenge, Crawford.
See the tape just coming loose on Ricky's glove. Reaching with long, wide punches again, not prepared to get up close and shorten the punches. That's what's needed here. Get close and short, little short, straight punches. When boxed away from home, you would expect him really to put the foot to the floor.
Well, you have to leave no doubt at all.
But Crawford certainly hasn't put his stamp on this round or the previous one.
Missing again there, Crawford. Oh, nice left hand from Burns, but once again, look at the reaction from Crawford.
Yeah, he just seems able to take it away from Ricky when he has a little bit of success.
Again, the switch from head to body and the pressure staying on here from Crawford. Not one bit. He's one of the class acts in British boxing. But is this the last 3 minutes of his reign as world champion?
I'd rather see Ricky come out in a bad mood than a big smile on his face.
There's tape all over the place.
I mean, that...
And now we can resume this last round. Not been an epic, never really quite caught fire. But again, he's rocked him, and Burns in trouble again, and Crawford listening to his corner and saying, right, let's put on the big finish. And I think he might be going to try and stop Burns here. It's never happened before, but Crawford is going for it. Burns catches him with a left, but still Crawford pouring it on. And Crawford not letting go either. That was big from Crawford, who just looked at his corner as if to say, is that what you wanted? Inside the last 2 minutes.
Uncomfortable look in Ricky's face.
Yeah, a bit more discomfort after those body shots went in from Crawford as well, but Burns digging in again, and then immediately Crawford comes straight back at him.
Well, we saw a little flash from Crawford there. That was classy stuff, that was quality.
Once again, Burns being bullied back to the ropes, comes off this time, but can't find anything meaningful. Again, just gritting his teeth.
Pulling faces. He's never looked comfortable in there tonight. Never.
Last 30 seconds. Well, the American camp said we need this last round. They've got that emphatically, no question. But it's going to come down to the judges from Hungary, Philippines and Mexico. How do they see it?
No, he's been hesitant, he's been uncomfortable, he's had successes here and there. No, I think he's just glad to get through it.
Packed out at the SECC, both men having some success in that opening session. Crawford catching the eye, but Burns sticking to that jab and having some success with it too.
Well, I expected some uncomfortable moments for Ricky Burns early, and we're not seeing too many of those. That was a decent round for him, the second. A lot of work from both men. Yeah, but a lot of missed punches there. I mean, asking which one do you think would be impressing the judges?
Side of the right eye, and Dave Coldwell, the cuts man, is going to work on it.
You know, I'm just wondering the way Ricky really gets tucked down behind that tight defence. I wonder maybe psychologically at the back of his mind he's worried about that jaw. I mean, it was a horrendous break. See, this is impressive stuff. This is enough to win a round where not an awful lot of other stuff is happening. But a body shot that he's taken, I've never heard, apart from the broken jaw, which he was entitled to complain about. But no, the commitment is lacking. Complaining about body shots. This is not the Ricky Burns I'm used to seeing. Good left hook there from Crawford. The eye-catching stuff coming from the American. He's looking the boss. Look at this. I mean, Ricky continues to back himself to the ropes, put his hands up. I mean, you're gifting the rounds to the other guy doing that. Burns' balance going there. Crawford, maybe we expected, not the budding superstar we were led to believe.
And interesting words in the corner from Crawford as well. Brian McIntyre, his coach, said, we need this round. Now, whether that's just a bit of psychology or whether they're remembering the name of Ray Beltran.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of championship boxing, the judges' scorecards read: Zoltan and Yedi scores a contest 116-112. Lopez scores a contest 117-111. And Lagumbe scores a contest 116-112. All three judges are in favour of the winner and the new...
Yeah, there it is, Terence Crawford. Wow.
Champion of the world.
A moment of history for the American.
Al final, Crawford no dejó absolutamente ninguna duda sobre quién era el peleador superior, avanzando a 23-0 de forma dominante. ¿Tú qué opinas de la carrera boxística de Bud Crawford? ¿Y crees que realmente es el mejor peleador de su generación?